Hello, my babies. It is I, the Hood Dalai Lama. Welcome to my page or channel, depending on where you find me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe again, depending on where you find me. Jumping right in, it is the mystery of the lie. A lot of people were speaking negatively of you. And a lot of the things that they said about you were not true. And this group of individuals is trying to get down to the bottom of who lied on you, who said you did such and such, right? Who was the first person to tell that lie? I heard the fingers can point all they want. Everyone's wrong. Everyone who spread the lie, the original person who told the lie, everyone is at fault. There is no one who is not at fault. Everyone is at fault in some way, shape, or form for the position that they played in you having the issues that you have, or going through the things that you went through. For many of you, your reputation was ruined. You could have been someone in your community that was once looked at as very prominent, or the go-to person. You had a lot of credibility, and a lot of people trusted you, and a lot of people wanted to work with you, and a lot of people wanted to be around you. But as a result of the lies that were told on you, you lost a lot of um, powerful connections. You lost a lot of friendships. You lost a lot of partnerships. You could have met someone who was potentially in a relationship at the time that these things happened to you. And for many of you, you lost a significant other as a result of this. Someone who was very interested in you and wanted to pursue a life with you could have ultimately decided, they didn't want to be with you anymore because of this lie. Okay. I heard career opportunities were placed in jeopardy as well. There were a lot of companies that maybe wanted to work with you, but because of these lies, the slander, and all these other things, it made it where these companies ultimately decided, like, no, we can't work with divine masculine. No, we can't work with divine feminine because they are this, that, and the third, based off of lies that were spread about you. Okay. um you're a misfit. You're a misfit. You could be someone, like, growing up you were always um looked at as an outcast, so to speak. People knew you to be different. People knew you to be very quiet and to yourself. And which brings me to my point here of, like, how right, like, how could people believe that that stuff about you was ever even true? How could people believe that that stuff about you was ever even true? It doesn't make sense how a person can think to themselves, like, oh, this very quiet, to themselves, private person is doing all of these awful things. And to be completely honest, I feel like it's just jealousy. I feel like a lot of individuals were jealous of you. So as soon as they heard some scandal, it was like, ooh, here's something we can talk about this person. And it wasn't true. And people are finding out that they fell for the lie. You fell for the lie when you could have believed the truth, if you will. And you have people that are now advocating for you, saying how they are upset with themselves for believing these lies, for even believing that this crap could be true. And is the damage done? Right? Is it too late? Because for many of you, you're so guarded now, you barely leave the house. You don't even like going anywhere anymore because you're so freaked out. Like, you're scared that you're gonna meet someone and that person is going to be on some BS. You're gonna have to deal with nonsense, and that's sad. That a person has to feel guarded like that. Um, where the issue, not the issue, but the point of you being a misfit, it saved your life. Your introverted behavior saved your life. You could be someone that's like demisexual or asexual, something of that nature, and it's because you can't just date. You can't. Who you are to spirit, who you are to the universe, who you are to God, who you are to your ancestors, you can't just date any old person. You can't be friends with any old person. And it almost made you become someone that comes off as stuck up. A lot of people think you're stuck up. They think you're like, I think I'm better than everybody. And like, you really don't. The way I understand you, collective, is that you're very down to earth. You give the shirt off your back kind of thing. You're very, very down to earth. You'll help anybody if they're doing right by you, right? If their intentions for the help isn't to go back and say something about you, but merely that you're resourceful and that you're kind and that you're helpful. You don't like dealing with gossips is what I'm getting. You don't like dealing with people that, help you and then go tell people that they helped you, or get help from you and then tell everybody what the inside of your house looked like when they came over to pick up the offer that you gave them. You don't like people like that, and for good reason. People like that are weird. People like that are strange to me, and if you resonate with me, they're strange to you too. Okay. um Collapse, collapse, collapse is what I heard. I'm seeing like I don't know what they're called, but it's like these wooden planks that line the edge of a river, and it allows you to go out on the riverbank a little bit. I don't know what they're called, but that I see that like falling into the water. Um, there is a collapse to some type of structure, organization, or affiliations that were once, propagating and spreading these rumors and lies about you. There's a song, it goes, look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some time to get away from all the rumors. I can't take it no more. You became guarded because you had this is what I'm understanding. Your whole life you've been by yourself. You've never really been a clique type of person. You don't like being associated with cliques and like friend groups because you know it's bogus. All right. So you spend a lot of time alone already. And this made you even more guarded, like to the point that, like, if a person does not know you, yeah, if a person does not know you personally, they can't even call you on the phone. They can't call, they can't text you. And this brings me to my last point. For many of you, you've been getting the strangest phone calls from parts of the world you've never been in, from people you don't know. And if you answered these phone calls, you would hear absolutely nothing on the other end. I'm here to tell you, stop answering that phone for people you don't know, because this is a trick and a tactic that witches use to transfer negative energy into your life. When you answer phone calls and there is no one that immediately says hello, hang up the phone or don't answer it at all. If you don't know that phone number, ignore that call until that person texts you and says, this is who I am, because that's what they will not do. Okay, and you needed to know that because you're so friendly that you'll answer the phone, and these people will literally be on the phone waiting for you to hear your voice so they can send something through that line to you. And it happens a lot. And there are a lot of people who either don't believe in that stuff or they think it's just a bunch of hickamahoo and hocus pocus. But no, it really does happen. Start guarding and protecting yourself, because your introvertedness did save your life. But you have to stay on top of your game with these types of things, because it's not going to stop people from being strange. Okay, I love you. You're doing an amazing job. So remember that spirit loves you also. Hood Dalai Lama always loves you, baby. Keep it up. Keep it going. I'm Hood Dalai Lama, and I'm out.